Welcome to Step Out Studio. Today, we take a deep dive into one of the most iconic and thought-provoking films of the 1980s, The Fly, 1986. Directed by the legendary David Cronenberg, this cinematic masterpiece is a genre-defying exploration of love, ambition, and the unforeseen consequences of scientific innovation. With unforgettable performances by Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis, The Fly skillfully combines the visceral terror of body horror with profound emotional depth, creating a timeless work of art that continues to haunt and inspire audiences to this day. The film has made its mark in cinematic history not just as a horror film, but as a thought-provoking commentary on the fragility of the human condition, the ethical implications of scientific exploration, and the tragic consequences of unchecked ambition. The Fly begins with a deceptively simple premise. Seth Brundle, a brilliant yet eccentric scientist, seeks to revolutionize transportation through teleportation. His groundbreaking invention, a pair of telepods, has the potential to disassemble objects at the molecular level and reassemble them at a different location, promising to reshape the world as we know it. Brundle is not only motivated by his desire to change the way humanity moves, but is also driven by an inner desire to prove himself, both to the scientific community and to his own ambition. However, as is often the case with ambitious scientific pursuits, hubris and unforeseen consequences turn Brundle's dream into a harrowing nightmare. In his fervor to prove the potential of his invention, Brundle tests it on himself, unaware of the catastrophic results that would soon unfold. Seth's transformation is subtle at first. After teleporting himself in a moment of rash confidence, he begins to exhibit extraordinary physical traits, enhanced strength, agility, and energy. Believing these changes to be the result of his scientific success, he declares himself the next step in human evolution. He is ecstatic, convinced that his invention has made him a living example of the next phase in human development. Yet, as his body begins to morph and his behavior becomes increasingly erratic, the audience is gripped with an impending sense of doom. Peculiar and disturbing alterations in his physical appearance begin to surface, signaling that something is terribly wrong. The first hints of horror emerge when Brundle's fingernails fall off and his skin begins to take on an unusual texture. As his body deteriorates, Brundle's psychological state unravels, and he begins to experience an identity crisis that worsens with each passing day. The revelation that his DNA has been fused with that of a fly introduces a horrifying twist. The process of teleportation, instead of merely transferring his body from one location to another, results in the genetic splicing of Brundle's cells with those of a fly. This twisted fusion makes him increasingly resemble the insect, both physically and mentally. What begins as a tale of ambition soon spirals into a grotesque exploration of human frailty, obsession, and the fragility of identity. Brundle's once intelligent and charming persona begins to dissipate as the fly within him takes control, and his humanity erodes into a terrifying, monstrous form. At the heart of The Fly lies the extraordinary performance of Jeff Goldblum as Seth Brundle. Goldblum's portrayal of Brundle's tragic arc, from a charismatic and driven scientist to a desperate, dehumanized creature, is nothing short of breathtaking. His meticulous physical performance captures every stage of Brundle's transformation, with subtle gestures evolving into grotesque and haunting movements as his humanity slips away. Goldblum embodies the internal conflict of Brundle's mind, masterfully transitioning from moments of elation to utter despair. The raw emotion in Goldblum's performance amplifies the tragic nature of the story, ensuring that the audience feels the full weight of Seth's transformation and the irreversible loss of his identity. Equally remarkable is Geena Davis as Veronica Quaife, the journalist who becomes intimately involved with Seth. Far from being a mere spectator, Veronica's character is pivotal, providing an emotional anchor for the film. Davis's nuanced performance captures the inner turmoil of a woman torn between love, fear, and the gut-wrenching realization that the man she loves is slipping away. Veronica's initial romantic connection to Seth is based on admiration for his intellect and his passion, but as the reality of his physical and psychological decline becomes undeniable, Veronica's role in the film shifts from that of a passive observer to one of active emotional support. She becomes a symbol of the audience's own sympathies, constantly torn between trying to save the man she loves and facing the painful truth that he may be beyond saving. Together, Goldblum and Davis create an authentic chemistry that elevates the film from a horror classic to a profound emotional journey. Beyond its horror elements, The Fly delves into themes that resonate deeply on a human level. At its core, it is a love story. The relationship between Seth and Veronica is the beating heart of the narrative, making Seth's tragic descent all the more devastating. Their connection serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of love, particularly when faced with unimaginable challenges. As Seth becomes less and less human, Veronica is forced to confront the inevitable end of their relationship, despite her enduring affection for him. The evolution of their relationship, from initial attraction to a doomed partnership, is heartbreaking in its inevitability. The Fly reminds us that love is not always enough to overcome the forces of nature and human frailty, no matter how deep the bond may be. The film also confronts the ethical dilemmas of scientific progress. Seth's impulsive decision to test his invention on himself, driven by pride and impatience, serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition. This narrative remains particularly relevant in today's era of rapid technological advancements, where ethical considerations often lag behind innovation. Seth's hubristic belief that he is in control of his experiment, and his refusal to acknowledge the potential risks, mirrors the blind ambition of many in the world of science and technology. His tragic fate serves as a reminder that, in the pursuit of knowledge, we must remain aware of the potential consequences of our actions. Few films capture the visceral terror of transformation as effectively as The Fly. Cronenberg's expertise in body horror is on full display, with groundbreaking practical effects and makeup artistry that bring Seth's metamorphosis to life in excruciating detail. Each stage of his transformation is meticulously crafted, creating a tangible and deeply unsettling progression that mirrors his internal struggle. From the gradual disintegration of his body to the grotesque final form of the Brundlefly, the practical effects in The Fly are both nauseating and fascinating. The realism of these effects is a testament to the skill of the filmmakers and their commitment to creating a truly immersive experience. These visuals are not merely for shock value. They symbolize Seth's psychological unraveling and the devastating consequences of his hubris. The grotesque imagery serves as a metaphor for losing control of one's body, mind, and identity. The climax of The Fly is a testament to Cronenberg's ability to balance horror with profound emotional storytelling. As Seth fully transforms into the grotesque Brundlefly, he becomes a creature governed by primal instincts, yet vestiges of his humanity remain. This duality adds a layer of tragedy to his character, as the audience is reminded of the brilliant, kind-hearted man he once was. Despite his monstrous appearance, Seth still retains moments of lucidity, offering a glimpse of the man he used to be. This tragic loss of self is what makes his character so haunting. His physical metamorphosis becomes a metaphor for the emotional and psychological degradation that occurs when one loses their identity. Veronica's role in the film's devastating conclusion cements her as the moral center of the story. Forced to make an unthinkable choice, she acts out of love and compassion, bringing the narrative to a heart-wrenching close. The final moments are a poignant exploration of sacrifice, loss, and the enduring complexities of human emotion. As Veronica is confronted with the monstrous version of Seth, she must decide whether to preserve the man she once loved or to end his suffering. It is a gut-wrenching decision, and her ultimate choice speaks to the depth of her character and the complexity of human relationships. Nearly 4 decades after its release, The Fly continues to captivate audiences. It is a film that defies categorization, blending elements of science fiction, horror, and drama into a cohesive and timeless masterpiece. Its themes of love, ambition, and the human condition are universal, ensuring its relevance across generations. The film's groundbreaking practical effects remain a high-water mark in cinema. Even in today's era of CGI dominance, the tangible, realistic quality of The Fly's visuals stands as a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of its creators. The meticulous attention to detail in depicting Seth's transformation has inspired countless filmmakers and continues to be celebrated as a triumph of practical effects. What sets The Fly apart from other horror films is its emotional core. Goldblum's and Davis's performances imbue the story with a depth that resonates long after the credits roll. Their chemistry and commitment to their roles elevate the narrative, transforming what could have been a straightforward monster movie into a poignant exploration of love and humanity. The film's horror elements are unsettling, but it is the emotional and psychological exploration of the characters that lingers long after the film ends. The Fly serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the ethical dilemmas posed by scientific progress. It challenges viewers to consider the potential consequences of pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and the cost of playing God. These themes are not confined to the realm of fiction. They are pressing issues in our world today, making the film as thought-provoking now as it was in 1986. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, The Fly remains a relevant and urgent reminder of the potential dangers that await us if we ignore the ethical implications of our actions. The impact of The Fly on cinema is undeniable. It has inspired countless filmmakers and remains a touchstone for the genre of body horror. Its influence can be seen in numerous films and television shows that explore similar themes of transformation, identity, and the ethical implications of scientific discovery. The film's enduring popularity is a testament to its ability to engage audiences on multiple levels. Whether appreciated for its visceral horror, emotional depth, or thought-provoking themes, The Fly continues to hold a special place in the hearts of film enthusiasts around the world. If you have not yet experienced the cinematic brilliance of The Fly, now is the time. This is not merely a film. It is an experience that will haunt you, move you, and leave you contemplating the intricacies of the human condition. Set aside an evening, dim the lights, and immerse yourself in the world of Seth Brundle and Veronica Quaife. Witness their journey, a story of ambition, love, and the tragic consequences of reaching too far. You won't regret it.